Corruption is a two-way thing. You give, I accept.
We cannot be recycling leaders as if we don't have people to lead us.
As long as they have money, they can change, they can do anything.
We are teetering at the brinks of sending our country to the dogs.
The kind of issues that I want addressed have not been addressed over the years. We are still speaking of cases of unemployment, domestic violence, extrajudicial killings. It's still the same thing over and over.
We're not tired enough.
It only works if it works for me. It's not a matter of whether I feel represented. Do I feel represented adequately? It's about what you can do, and we determine what you can do from what you have done before.
Even if I vote, is it the person who I vote in, or is it the person whom they want to be in that seat? Well, first of all, I'm happy that you've all disagreed. And I wonder, I ask myself even, why are you voting? Where do you stand? I mean, you have double standards. So why should you vote if you don't believe in the IEBC?
So that we don't believe in the IEBC, it's only that we're saying, as it's currently constituted, it doesn't have the capacity to conduct free and fair elections. There's been some sort of control by the executive. So we want an overhaul, if possible, a whole different commission with a whole different people who are incorruptible.
I'm happy that you're starting to drift towards our side.
But you will still vote either way.
I'm also asking for an overhaul of the top leaders up there. I mean, the same people who you're talking of, IEBC, managing and leading the IEBC.
It's one thing to trust the IEBC, and it's one thing to trust the vote of the people. It is the people who speak. And in the event we feel things are not the way they're supposed to be, we can recall them. There's a process for all that. And that's why in 2017 they were recalled and some were laid off. So yeah, we don't trust them, but our eyes are on them.
So as for me, I disagree. Reason being, when you have money, you have power. So the big people up there, those are the people who have money. And as long as they have money, they can change, they can do anything. They can take votes, they can bribe, they can do anything they want.
In the past, IEBC has not conducted themselves in a manner that was trustworthy. Yeah. So I mistrust them now because that is what we have experienced so far.
I do not think that the problem is entirely with the IEBC. It's this very crop of leaders that are very persistent and intentional on overhauling the whole process of the free and fair elections. So I cannot entirely, in any case, blame the IEBC, much as I'm very cognizant of the fact that corruption is a two-way thing. Yeah. You give, I accept. We have leaders who stop at nothing toward winning. And what we need to do is eliminate these personalities, vote them out.
Another solution, to just add on what he's saying, over the past years, like the way our votes were being counted, like they were being brought to a central place. Right now, they're being counted at their respective polling station. So there'll be transparency. There is a representative from each. If it's a political party, there's someone who is overseeing that.
There is good progress.
They've really made progress.
Yeah.
So before you start thinking of a revolution, which is of course contains violence, it's very expensive, it costs the lives of many people, which is not helpful. First and foremost, participate in the democratic process.
But you see, the problem is this. Like you said, first of all, hope has never been a strategy. And you don't have faith in something, looking forward to be disappointed, so that again you can come back and start saying, no, I'll not trust them next time.
Yeah.
For every action, there's a reaction.
Yeah. Sure.
And that's why the government at times tends to see, to carry us the way we carry ourselves. Sometimes they do things, Kenyans go rant 5 days in a row, pale Twitter, and then it like collapses. The government is like, sawa. Mtu mwingine anaenda anaiba 1 billion, the case goes round and round and round. Just collapses like that. So I feel like unless we do something, it will remain to be the same.
That is how the government works. You don't pressure them, they don't work.
For me, I think even if you persist the same
No, that cannot be solved by your laxity.
No, not laxity.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. You voted 2017.
Yes.
Yes, nothing happened.
Yes.
You're voting again. Do you think something will happen?
I'm seeing the benefits of devolution, for example. I'm seeing progress being made in the judiciary. I've seen convictions, for example. We're seeing progress, you understand? So we just need to cling on to that hope. and at least having more
Just
better
because
leaders.
the
Yeah,
system
true. We
is
hope.
semi-working doesn't mean that it's right.
It only works if it works for me. Is that your view? Because maybe the results that the IEBC released are not what you expected. So if it's not what you expected, then it's not right.
That's a good point. So you're
It's a
saying
very selfish.
just because your candidate didn't win, it means that it wasn't fair, which is a Kenyan way to go. It must be rigged.
Yeah.
I'm pessimistic in that direction. I'm really pessimistic. I don't know
Sometimes
how good a job they're going to
yeah,
be able to do
there's a
this
thin
year.
line between pessimism and reality.
Thin line. Concentrate on the lower level positions.
Yeah.
Concentrate on the member of parliament. Concentrate on the member county assembly. Because these people are actually the reasons as to why you are suffering right now. Not the president, because these people, they will approve the what? They'll approve the budget. They'll raise the debt ceiling. They'll do all these things. They are the ones with the power. So if you vote in good members of parliament, they will check on the excesses of the executive. That is their role. But if you have a shitty legislature and then you expect the executive to perform, then that is not going to happen.
But I think, okay, we also need to have a conversation about us as Kenyans, right? Because I find in regular, everyday interaction with an ordinary Kenyan can sometimes be quite rude. We're not considerate of each other. I've been skipped so many times waiting, and somebody is seeing me standing here and someone will come and just walk over you. We don't respect one another. And that then reflects in the kind of how the IBC treats us, the way they convey their information, the way they tell us the system is going to work, the haphazardness. That also reflects in how our leaders treat us, in not considering ordinary Kenyan wananchi. And that is a Kenyan conversation, us and our ethics.
The change we need is just within us. We need to have these discussions in our normal settings. And the more people you reach out to, the more change you speak, because we all speak one voice, change.
I get to ask myself a lot of questions. Does my vote really count? Tapata, you're going to vote yes, but at the end of the day, they might end up choosing the person whom they want to place there.
It's about you people who refuse to vote actually really recognizing that that is where the change will come.